I'm going to preface this video by warning you that the methods that I'm about to teach you are highly effective and they will get you what you want. They will get you more dates. They will get you more interest from women. But it will also have her obsessed with you. So use these things at your own risk. So one of the many challenges that my clients face when they come to me, things that I used to face before when I lacked the skills that I now have, was keeping a woman interested over texting. Now, to understand how to keep a woman interested, you must first understand what attention is. Attention, or your attention, is a currency. Yes, it's a literal currency. And to put it in simple layman terms, the more you give this currency out, the less it is worth. Think about the Turkish lira, for example. I remember when I was younger, around 12 years old, I went to Marmaris in Turkey, and my parents were getting some money out, spending money for the holiday. And me as a 12-year-old, not really knowing much about the world, was absolutely shocked at how much money my parents were carrying around. They had millions of Turkish lira, and I thought, we're rich. Why don't we have this kind of money in England? When really, that was worth a few £100s. But because their currency was so weak, you had to carry around so much money, millions. And your attention works exactly the same. The more you give out your attention, the less it is worth. The less you can buy with it, the less valuable it becomes, and the less women will care if you give them it. So what I'm going to teach you right now is how to utilize this understanding over texting so that you can actually get her to a date by keeping her more interested. The first method you should use is the frequency in which you text her. Now we all know, don't text her too much. That's pretty obvious by now, or it should be. But it goes deeper than this. If you text her, say 3 or 4 times per day, that may not be enough. She may need more, because some women, they need to feel like they know you very well before they go on a date with you. So if you text her 3, 4 times per day, she may not feel like she knows you well enough, and she may lose interest. So what I recommend to my clients that they do is you give her bouts of texting. For 15-20 minutes at a time, you will send her lots of text messages. You'll have a back and forth. She'll send you one, you send one back. She sends you one, you send her one back. And you do this for say 10 to 15 exchanges, maybe over the course of 15 to 20 minutes, like I say. But then you ignore her and you become busy again, and you don't reply to her for another 3 or 4 hours. And then you do the same thing again and then again. And what you're doing here is you're quickly building up rapport. You're quickly making her feel comfortable, like she knows you, whilst of course using the other texting advice that I give you, which if you want a full guide on this, I've made a free texting guide which you can download for nothing in my description below. But let's say you do this and you follow my advice. Within a few days, this woman will be very attached to you. She'll feel like, I'm ready to meet this guy. I want to meet this guy. And then at that point, all you have to do is set the date up. That is method number 1. Method number 2 is you do not ask her questions. And you may think, but how do I understand things about her? How do I learn information about her? Well, you do this by making statements which she can reply to. So rather than asking her a question like, hey, how are you, ? You say, what have you been up to on this amazing day? And you leave the question mark off the end of the message. Now, I know this seems ridiculously simple, and that's because it is. But every time she sees a question mark or an exclamation mark or any excessive punctuation, somewhere in her brain, she thinks this guy is extremely needy and desperate. And simply by omitting the question mark, it's going to make you seem very casual, very laid back, very uninterested, which will make her more interested in you, because she will think, why is this guy not interested in me as much as the other guys? And of course, she'll want to know more about you. Method number 3, make her qualified to you. Now, this is one of the most basic texting methods that you should be using every single time you text a woman. And by making her qualified to you, you are essentially making her prove herself to you. Now, what do most guys do? Most guys will try and prove themselves to her.
I'm this, I'm that, I drive this car, I make this money, I'm great, I'm funny.
But by doing this, all she thinks is, this guy's needy, this guy's desperate. Why would I want to spend time with a guy who's desperate to prove his worth to me? She doesn't want that. She wants a casual, laid-back guy who is very chill. So chill, he feels zero pressure to prove himself to her. This is true confidence, and this is you being a masculine man, because you need nothing from her. Let me give you a client example from this above me now, and screenshot this for future use. So let's say you've downloaded my free guide, and as fantastic as this is, you want more information, you want more guidance. Well, if you want more advice on how you can land 10 times more dates with the beautiful woman that you desire, then you can book a free strategy call below where I will diagnose your dating challenges and give you a solution right then and there on the call. And I also have a school community if this is too much for you, where you can watch all of my 100 plus videos which will teach you how to text her to get her onto a date, how to escalate, how to flirt, how to master your mind, how to build your confidence, everything else in between to go from approach or match to date to boyfriend, girlfriend to wife. Until the next video guys, see you all later.